What's going on, everybody? It's comedian Ian Harris back again with another of those pesky libtard fact rants. So today we're going to talk about the epidemic that's out there. We've got to save our children, and there's child trafficking out of control. If you listen to QAnon and all this nonsense. So first off, let me get it right off the bat. Any child that's sex trafficked, any child that's kidnapped, any child that's molested is a fucking tragedy. No one is arguing that. Jeff Epstein, glad the guy's stuck fucking dead. Ghislaine Maxwell, I can't wait till she fries too. Donald Trump, I can't wait till you fry too. Whatever, anyone who molests children, Catholic priests, whoever, bye. But let's slow down for a second here and let's talk about, is this... I keep hearing people say, well, you know what? It's a big deal right now. I keep hearing about it. Yeah, I hear about it all the time. Did you see the story about it? You know why? Because they're politicizing this. Why are they politicizing it? Because first off, it's right back to Satanic Panic. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's when, back in the 80s and 90s, they thought that Satanists were taking over the world and there were satanic ritual abuse, and turned out to be all 100% garbage nonsense. Now the QAnoners and the Alex Jones listeners think that Satanists, they're out to get children, and meanwhile you're turning your back and not even looking. What's going on over here? There's priests molesting thousands of children. Oh, there's Baptists molesting hundreds of children. Oh yeah, we don't care about that. But now I hear there's sex trafficking. Let me give you a little fact here. First off, there are about 15,000 sex traffic cases per year in the United States. Almost all of those are coming from other countries, 50% of which come from Asia, and they're coming here for prostitution work. Not saying that's correct, but when you see those massage parlors and those sort of things where they're coming in from Thailand and Asia and other parts of Asia, that is what that is. I'm not saying it's good again. I'm not saying that they should be here, whether it's because they have drug problems or because they're forced to be here or because it's their only means of money, but they come here and they become prostitutes. That is true. That's the vast majority of sex trafficking here. There are other countries, yes, it's a different story. In America, going out of America to other countries, it's almost non-existent. Now, if you look up the statistics, it'll say 250, 300,000 children are at risk every year of sex trafficking. At risk of sex trafficking. But when you look up the numbers, that's because 1.7 million kids on average are runaways. Of those, 1,700 on average, 1,700 become prostitutes. Again, not a good thing. I'm not saying, yay, child prostitutes, but 1,700 become prostitutes of the 1.7 million. Okay? So, and that's not grabbed and kidnapped like you think, and like it's Taken, the movie Taken, Liam Neeson, I've got my daughter! It's not that. That's not what they're not capturing them and shipping them overseas, and some sheik is like, I will take the blonde one. I love her. She is great. I'm wanting blonde one. That's not happening. Okay, what's happening? I don't know why he was Russian all of a sudden, but that's not what happened. What's happening? Runaways get out and they get desperate and they become prostitutes, and it fucking sucks. It's about 1,700 of the 1.7 million runaways in this country. Okay, kidnappings, child stranger danger. It's about 300 per year of people that get kidnapped. A lot of times they get murdered and things happen, and that's horrible. But let's put this into perspective. It's not some epidemic that's happening like crazy. It's just fucking not. That's not what's happening, people. Why are you hearing about it? Because they're talking about it because it's politicized now and someone's made some dumb conspiracy theory about it. So anytime it confirms their bias, you're going to hear that a lot from me. Guess what happens? People talk about it. Just last week, I saw 2 stories. 39 people were found in a cargo truck or a double wide, or depending on how you look, which story it was. In Georgia, 39 children. Turns out to be total bullshit. 39 children were found in a sweep with 26 different warrants where they collected kids that were missing. 99% of them were runaways or parental abductions. Again, parental abductions. I'm not saying that's okay. But there's a big difference between a guy taking your daughter and shipping her off to Brazil to become a sex slave and one parent taking the kid illegally because they want custody. 99% are returned. Of all these missing children, 99% are returned. 99% are parental abductions or child runaways, okay? These sweeps by the U.S. Marshals, by the FBI, they happen all the time. It's an ongoing investigation. That's why 99% of them are fucking returned, because they find the kids and they bring them back in these random sweeps with warrants. That's what happens. They serve the warrants over a day or a couple of week period, and they round up as many kids as they can. Sometimes it makes the news, sometimes it doesn't. But the reason it made the news now is A, because it was bullshit. 39 weren't found in a fucking truck. And in Michigan, 126 were found. Yeah, all over the state in a sweep they do all the time. This is what they do. This is why we should like the intelligence agencies, because they do return missing children, okay? But missing children and child sex slaves are a completely different fucking thing, okay? It isn't happening. It just isn't. Meanwhile, 30,000 gun deaths happen per year in this country. 30,000 people get killed by guns, 90% of which are handguns. That means it's suicide, it's murder, it's all sorts of different things. 30,000 people a year die of handguns. And that's not a big deal. But 300 kids or 1,700 runaways, and what's going on? Hashtag save the children. Calm the fuck down. Nothing new is happening. Yes, let's work for it. Yes, let's save every kid we can. But there is no epidemic. There is no satanic panic. There's no Satanist taking your fucking kids. If you're worried about child molesters, guess what? Don't fucking vote for Roy Moore. Don't fucking vote for Trump, who has on record with Jeffrey Epstein court documents where he raped a 13-year-old twice. It's in the fucking records. He was basically forced to pay their fees if she didn't win the case, and it was hundreds of millions of dollars, and she had to drop the case. She was pressured out of it. But the fact is, if you believe the Epstein cases, this is one of them, and it matches all the others. And it was twice, and she names two people in that case. She was 13 years old. Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein raped her twice on Jeffrey Epstein's island. So if you're worried about it, don't vote for fucking Roy Moore. Don't vote for Trump. Right? There's two big fucking offenders. And also, do something about the Catholic Church. Do something about the Baptist Church. Out of the 40-some people that have been busted and left office, political people, congressmen, senators, governors, of the 40-plus that we've had busted, only 2 have been Democrats. So if you're really worried about it, maybe you should look at your right-wing Christian politicians, because they're the ones that seem to be out there sexually assaulting and going after kids. And if you're really worried about kidnapping, okay, good. Support the FBI and the U.S. Marshals, because they're doing a great job, but they've always done this job. It's nothing new, okay? So slow the fuck down. Everything's going to be okay. But the fact is, it is not an epidemic. Quit acting like it's an epidemic. It's not. It's just sensationalism. It's just fake news, as Trump likes to call it. We're not seeing hundreds and thousands of kids getting abducted and shipped overseas to be some sex slave. It's just not the reality. You can look up the facts. They actually have these things called facts, and you can find them on all sorts of government sites that show the statistics of missing children and how they're returned. And in fact, last week I put it on my Facebook page, all the breakdown with all different sorts of facts. You can go on there and look. Otherwise, calm down, enjoy life. It's going to be okay. Pay attention to your kids. Keep your kids safe. Don't let the creepy uncles come around. Whatever you need to do, don't let Trump visit. That's one. Yeah, other than that, we'll see you next time with some more libtard facts.